Okay, I think we are live. All
Oh,
right, just chill a while, lah. Just chill a while. Just wait for people to stream.
okay.
Okay, now we're live. Welcome to Tuesday's conversations with Happy Coach Yen Tai. And today I have here with me a very special guest, my personal friend and top digital marketer in Singapore, Gavin Sim. So let's put our hands together. Welcome, Gavin.
Hello, hey
Thank
everybody.
you,
How's
Gavin.
everyone doing? Hope everyone is enjoying the Tuesday evening. Uh,
Yeah, the weather is very cooling these few days, so it's a very nice weather.
yep.
So,
Right.
Gavin, we are here today to talk about this topic called marketing, which is
Hmm.
something that I believe is very close to your heart. So, Gavin, maybe you tell us a little bit of your background. What do you do, and why do you do what you do?
Wow, there's actually a huge question already because there's so much that I need to talk about right now. Okay, I think firstly, let's talk about what I do. Okay, so
Mm,
what do I do? So my main focus is actually I want to be able to empower more people to be able to bring their business or start a business um, so that they can secure the kind of freedoms that they want, be it financial, time, or freedom, right? And be able to lead the kind of life that they want through marketing. So that is what I really love to do, and I love coaching people to be able to achieve just that, right? Of course, as part of supporting me, as part of the whole ecosystem that is supporting me to help other people achieve that, I have my own agency where I do help some businesses run their marketing campaigns, build up their website, funnels, things like this, and that is something that I support other people to do because as much as I want to be able to coach people to do it, there will be people who have learned the skill set, but maybe they prefer not to do it on
mm.
themselves, right? They prefer to have someone else to do it for them. And that's when my other company will step in. So this is effectively what I do. I also do high ticket closing, but that's a story. That's a story for another day. Yeah. So
Okay.
the
Yep.
question was what? Why do I do what I do?
Yeah. Why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do? I do what I do because I think primarily because when I first started out, I didn't have much of a choice. I didn't know what else I could do.
Mhm.
so so that was effectively how I started doing marketing. But if I were to start from the very beginning of this story, I think we have to start from the year 2011, 2012. That was
Mm,
when I first got to know how to do marketing. That was when I started to dabble around in digital marketing then. And
mhm,
I started to fool around, try to think I quite smart, right? Do a lot of things on my own. And I failed terribly. It was a terrible failure. I failed a lot. I burned a lot of money, several tens of thousands into the drain because I didn't know what
mm,
I was doing. And it was only in 2012 I decided to get my first real coach, a marketing
mm,
coach, to teach me how to do proper marketing. And I started to be able to make my money back.
mm,
And but during that period of time, I was actually in another career. I was actually in the military. So for those of us who are in
mm.
Singapore, you guys will know that if you are in the public service, you are not supposed to moonlight. You're not supposed to do other businesses. So
Yep.
effectively, after that, I stopped doing what I was previously doing. But I already built up the skill set. During that period of time, I went out to learn for a lot of masters, pay a lot of money to learn from mentors, to prep myself for what eventually will be something that I will want to do. And finally, in 2016, I left my military career and I
Mm,
came out. And for the first year, I was actually doing a lot of pro bono work. I was helping a lot of other people to test myself to see whether I'm worth the salt or not. And finally,
mm.
3 years ago, I really came full force out. I started my own companies, then with a few different partners. And now I'm doing a lot of the work on my own. Yeah. So I
Mm.
hope that gives you guys a insight of how I got started.
Yep, great. Thanks. Okay, I will just say hello. So if you have just logged on to the show, just feel free to drop a like or comment or shout out. And today the topic that we are talking about is marketing from your heart. So if you have any questions for Gavin or for myself, feel free to drop it in the comments or the chat box and I'll pass the question over to Gavin. So don't waste this opportunity. This chance for you to tap into one of the brightest minds and most experienced marketer in Singapore. And personally, I feel that he's also the most helpful marketer. Yeah. So
Thank you.
if you have just joined us today, feel free to ask anything about marketing, and Gavin is the man to answer the question. Okay,
Thanks.
so yeah,
I think I'm very honored for you to say that. But just a disclaimer out there, I was just to say that probably I'm not the brightest, nor the smartest, or the most experienced. Definitely not the most experienced marketer out there. There are many people out there who are more experienced and are better than doing what I'm currently doing. But I think the important thing for everyone to take away is that, including myself, this is a reminder to myself, is that we should never let that be something to stop us from moving forward, from taking action. You might not be the best, you might not be the most experienced, but we must remember that every master start off as a disciple, start off as a student, right? But if you have never taken that step, right, you will never begin your journey to becoming a master or a guru or anything, right? You must always take that first step. And currently, I'm definitely not on my first steps anymore. I'm probably like, maybe if it's a 100-meter race, maybe I'm at the 20, 30 meter, 40 meters mark. But I'm already ahead, right? And there will be people behind me that needs my help, that I can provide help to. And I will do my best to help these people to move to where I am. And then from there, we will shoulder on together and we will move towards the finishing line together. And that's really the mindset that I feel that many of us should have, right? Even if you're not the most experienced or you're not the most best in the subject, it doesn't mean that you have nothing to share. You cannot help anybody, right? Bring people to your level, and then together you all can progress to greater and better things. I think if you have that mindset, then I feel that is something that we all can work together on. So I just like to have that in place for anyone who may be watching this. I'm not sure who's online right now. So if anyone is watching this, just say hi so that we know that you are here. It sounds like
just drop a comment, just drop a like. I really appreciate that. And so I totally agree with Gavin. I think that's something that's you brought out a very important point. It's about the mindset, and then about not letting where you are right now stop you from getting to where you want to be. Yeah. So maybe Gavin, can you share a little bit about what was your mindset like when you were sharing just now that when you first started out, you spend like tens of thousands of dollars and then go down and drain. What was the mindset at that point of time, and how do you overcome the challenges and all the mistakes that you make at the start of your digital marketing journey?
By the way, I saw Nicholas commented. So hi Nicholas, how are you? Not sure who that is. Nick Santosa. Hi, Nick Santosa. Yeah. Right. So your question was what was the mindset or mentality I had when I started out and lost a lot of money? I would like to say that when I first started out, and I feel that for those of you who are watching this right now, if you can relate to me as well, just comment later and let us know how you all feel. When I first started out, right, I tend to think that, hey, you know what? I can do a lot of this on my own. I can experiment on my own. I probably can get somewhere on my own. I don't need to go and spend money, go and learn from other people. And I always have this feeling that all the people who teach online, all this stuff, they are scam lah. They talk nonsense one. They just want to take my money, right? How many of you actually feel that way? How many of you actually feel that way? If you all feel that way, and you all can type in the comment and let us know that all these online people, they're all scam. But I realized something. When I then attempted to do a lot of the marketing on my own. So what I did was I was learning how to do email marketing then. Right? I wanted to do email marketing so that I can do affiliate marketing, which means I sell other people's product. Right? And even if today you learn from very big names, which I shall not name since it's a live broadcast, I don't want to get into any issues, right? So the thing that they always tell you that, you want to sell other people's products, that's a great business model, right? But in order to do that, you should also be building your own database. And that still stands true today, right? The question is, how are you going to do it? So I thought, okay, sounds quite simple. To sell other people things, I just need to build a database and then I just sell other people things. What's so difficult about that, right? and then I started to spend a lot of money to build databases, and I started to sell something. Then, of course, remember when we had our first sale, wow, we think, okay, that's it, man, I got it, right? I got it. But the thing is that people do not know that the hard work comes after starting the business, right? The difficult part comes after you have started the business. Then the question is, how do I work out my numbers? How do I make sure that my business is a profitable one and not a losing money one? How do I make sure that people are going to be opening my emails and they're checking my emails and they're clicking on the links? How do I select the best product to sell? How do I reach out to the right target audience? All these things I didn't know. And I was just burning money through. And because at that point of time, my mentality is, oh, wow, I managed to make money. Let's just keep dumping in. The money will come back in the future one. But unfortunately, it didn't. Right? So after 1 year of burning a lot of money already, I realized that enough was enough. And I really needed someone to guide me on how to do it. Right? It's just like, why do you go to school? Right? Why do we all go to school? Right? Of course, apart from the fact that if the law requires us, free education, and we all have to go to school. I mean, beyond that, but why do we go to school? Why do we pay money to attend university or other courses or anything? Why? Because we want
My parents asked me to.
Our parents asked you to,
no
right?
choice.
Yeah, no choice. But what are we paying those people for? It's because they have the knowledge. They probably have some form of experience here. And then not all teachers, depending on where you are, have the kind of same experience, but they probably have the right knowledge to educate us, so that what we do is that we save a lot of heartaches. Right? And I saw the importance of that only after I experienced the heartache. Right? Because I already burned a lot of money already. The money that I burned, I could have went on to have gotten my MBA or that kind of thing. But then if I had done that, I would have probably went on a different route anyway. But the thing is that my mindset then was that I thought I was very smart, which I wasn't, right? And I realized after the experience is that if you want to be able to quickly learn something well and to be able to monetize or to be able to move to the next level, then it's important to seek guidance from someone who have been there. If the best is that person has been there, done that, and is extremely successful, right? But if you want to get this kind of people, normally either number one, they don't have time for you, or two, they charge a lot of money.
Yep.
Or at the very least, then you find someone who is an actual practitioner, right? Still doing that, probably not super successful yet, but has adequate experience to guide you because you're a beginner, right? Remember, when you are first starting out, you might not have the money to hire the world number one coach, but you probably have the money to hire the world number 1,000 coach, right? Then start from there. Hire the coach who are practicing, right? Then you execute what you have learned, make the money or do whatever you need to do first. After that, slowly you move towards getting better and better, and then you get better and better coaches. I feel that is the mindset that I've developed from that particular experience. And of course, over the years, then now I have a lot of mentors. I spend a lot of money on coaches, and the reason why is this: I always want to be improving myself. I always want to be making sure that I'm learning from people who are better than me, and as I'm learning from them, I do my best to execute as much as I could. And when I generate results, I'm being held accountable by my coaches, and I could also then share this with other people, right, who have seen, who are looking to get to the level that where I am now. So I do my best to help these people.
Okay. Gavin, I have a comment from YouTube. So one of my friends, Chow, he was also like yourself. He was also from the army. I remember he's my friend from reservists.
Not army, very sensitive. I'm from the Navy.
But he was from the army. So Chow, he asked, right? So we have too many coaches these days. Everybody claims to be a coach. So his question is, how do we know who will be a good and affordable one? Yeah, what to look out for in a coach? What do you look out for?
Okay, so Charles, that's a great question. Yes, there are many coaches today, and let's just face it, right? I'm also a coach myself, and I like to be very upfront and open and honest about this. The coaching industry is a booming industry. The education industry, the e-learning industry is booming. It's gonna be worth billions and billions. It's already worth billions and billions of dollars, and it's only expected to rise. And I think the last few months of circuit breaker, of the post the pandemic whole lockdown thing has accelerated this growth even more. More and more people are seeing this as a huge potential, right? And your question is, wow, there's so many coaches. How do we choose one that is good and affordable? Now, we will address that separately. I think number one is that when I want to choose a coach, I choose a coach. Number one is someone who is a practitioner. That is something that I look out for first, right? I want to be, because in the world that we are living in today, many of the things that we are learning are being replaced very, very quickly. So I don't want to be learning from a coach where he or she may be extremely good 10, 20 years ago.
Yep.
Right. And today, whatever, I'm not saying that person is not good, right? He or her is not good, but maybe whatever he was using then might be not applicable today anymore. So I do not want that when I'm paying money to learn. So for me, the first criteria I look for is that person a practitioner? And which is why for myself, I hold myself to the same standard, right? So I'm coaching a lot of people on marketing. Like Yuan Tai would know, right? Yuan Tai would know.
Yeah.
Right. I'm coaching a lot of people on marketing, and Yuan Tai has a lot of conversations with me on marketing, on sales, and that kind of thing. And why Yuan Tai, I think, have the confidence that I'm someone that you speak to, because I'm a practitioner myself. I do marketing on my own products. I have my own agency where I help my clients achieve the kind of results that he or she wants as well. So whatever that I'm sharing with Yuan Tai are things that I'm actually executing and is working at this current moment, so that Yuan Tai knows that he's learning things that is applicable right here, right now.
Yeah.
So for me, a practitioner is someone that I will look for first. Then how do you determine good or not? I think good or not is very subjective. A lot of time, I feel that a lot of people, when they are looking for coach, the first thing they ask is, do this person have the credentials? Credential is the wrong word. Does this person have that certificates? The truth is this: if you ask me, certificates are not worth a lot in especially in private coaching. I mean, if you're in corporate coaching, maybe it does make a difference. Like for example, in certain professional realm, right? If I want to be coaching people, for example, in business, a lot of people use like Six Sigma, right? Six Sigma, black belt, that kind of stuff. Then yes, I think that requires certain form of professional certification. But in a lot of things that we want to do or learn from, certification is not really that important. So I don't pay a huge attention to that. That is something that I would like to advise whoever that is watching this. Well, it's not wrong to pay some attention to it, but it should not be the sole focus of what you're looking at. Because I think we all know this, right? One of the best motivational speaker in the world, one of the best NLP practitioner, I would say, in the world is probably like Tony Robbins, right? He makes millions and millions of dollars coaching people, right? Tuning the mindset using NLP and stuff, right? So NLP stands for neuro-linguistic programming, for those of you who are aware, right? And do you all know that actually Tony Robbins himself is not NLP certified? Right? He's not.
I didn't know it.
Yeah. He himself is not NLP certified, right? And you sometimes see a lot of other people, like a lot of people who are actors or everything. Like for example, you want to learn acting. A lot of actors, some of them go through professional performing school. That's good for them. But many also don't. But does that tells you that they are not a good actor or not a good singer? And some of them, because they were so good in their craft, then after that, what happened? The schools give them the honorary doctorate or something like that, the honorary degree. They didn't even go through the school. So actually, does that cert mean anything? Yep. If you ask me, my answer is no. So I just want to say that focusing on the cert is not the right thing to do. What you should focus on is on the credibility, on the results. Does the coach that you want to work with have that credibility that you're looking out for, that you're seeking out for? Does he or she has the results that you aspire to emulate for towards? If he or she has that, then he or she might be a good coach for you, because then there's a benchmark that you can move towards. He or she is a practitioner, and you'll be able to work with him or her to move towards where he or her has been before. And that will be a good enough benchmark for me personally. So, child, that is my opinion, right? And at this point of time, you're asking about affordability, right? Affordability to me is something about what's your risk appetite, and what is the I'm very pragmatic. What's your risk appetite, and how much can you do, right? What is the end result of this?
Yep.
What is this going to bring me? A lot of time when I do coaching, or when people want to get on the program, people say, "Well, this is very expensive." Then I'll ask them, "Okay, this is 5 grand, 10 grand. You say that it's very expensive, but if you do this, you probably will make 5 times more. And if you don't, you are probably going to be continuing on in your the miserable state that you currently say that you are in. So what do you want?" Right? And a lot of times, I think for me, it's something that I learned over time myself. Money, right, can be earned back on. Right?
True.
Money, you can always earn the money back. But if you give up an opportunity, right, sometimes the opportunity will never come back.
That's true. Very true. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of affordability, I think as long as whatever that you want to invest in, right, Chow, for me is that I always tell people, if investing in this does not impact your lifestyle to a point where you are not going to be able to sustain to put food onto your table, right? Then I think it's probably something that it means that you can afford it. It's a matter of how do you choose to afford it. Because affordability is different for everybody. Right? So I cannot use a benchmark to say that 5,000 is affordable, 10,000 is affordable. Imagine this, if I want Bill Gates to mentor me, right? I will have to pay millions and millions of dollars, right? But would that be affordable? Do I think that's affordable? If I had that kind of money, I would say that yes, it's freaking affordable. I would pay those millions to make sure that I'm being mentored by Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But if you tell me I have to pay millions of dollars, for example, to just find some random kid right now for him to mentor me, then I think is that affordable? No, definitely not. But I think the word that we have to use here now is the value that we are getting. Right? The amount of value that I can get from Bill Gates as compared to that random dude on the streets. Right? Which one to me is full of value and I'm willing to pay for. If I could afford it, right? If I could pay for that millions without affecting the ability of me to put food on my table, because I'm pragmatic, I normally when I do things, I will make sure that I will not affect the people around me. That's my baseline. That's a personal benchmark. Right? If I can do that, it will not affect the people around me, I will do it. I will invest in it. Okay, in fact, let me share this story with Chow, so that when I first signed up for one of my coaching previously, right? I'm not sure what you all would think about this, right? But I remember once I signed up for a coaching that is worth $25,000. Right? I didn't have the money then. In my bank account, I remember I probably had less than $10,000, but I cannot use up those money because I will need to put food on the table, right? And I had several credit cards. I remember I used 4 of those. Each of those credit card, right? I swiped for close to $7,000 to $8,000, and then I paid installments every single month for a year. I paid off for that mentoring.
Wow.
Many of you will be thinking this guy sell, right? Crazy, right? Do this kind of thing.
Ask the audience lah. Would you, if you are tuning in right now, would you pay 25,000 for coaching program, knowing that this coaching program, after you finish it and you execute whatever you have learned from this program, you 2 times, 3 times, and more than get your 25,000 back? So if you pay 25,000, knowing that you at least get 2 times the 25K back, type in a yes or type in a no. You feel that no, I won't pay 25,000 for a coaching program. So just have some comments below. Just type in the chat box.
Yeah, let us know. Will you guys pay for it now? If I tell you right now, you have to pay $25,000 for coaching. By the way, my coaching has no guarantee. No coaching will guarantee you one. If anyone says that you get coached by him or her, then you guarantee got certain kind of results. I think then I will pay more attention lah. Cause personally, it's my personal take again. I do not believe in guarantee, because always in the form of coaching, right? Like Chow asked, there are many coaches. I think in coaching, it's always a two-way street. I can be the best coach in the world, but if you do not walk the path yourself, there's nothing I could do. Right? It's just like I think a very common analogy is this: you go to a physical trainer and you tell the physical trainer you want to have 6-pack, right? He's the number 1 physical trainer in the whole wide world. But if you refuse to lay down there and start doing your sit-ups, you will never get a 6-pack.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people is very quick to lay blame of the coaches to say that whatever the coaches teach is not working. But a lot of time when we dig deeper, it's actually because of either something wasn't done right, as in the coach did not follow, maybe did not follow the instructions of the coach, or he or she simply does not take action. Yeah, and that happens quite frequently as well. So I just like to put it out there for people. It's just like we have a lot of people who go for a lot of courses, but do they get the kind of results that they desire? A lot of time, no. And I'm a coach myself. We run courses.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
normal. 80% of the people don't get results simply because they don't take the action required. Which is why one of my good friend, shout out to Mark Teo, who may or may not be watching this, that he has this movement called Master Implementer, right? Where his goal is to help anyone who have went out there and attend courses to get results. Because he realized the most important thing is that people need to implement what they are learning.
Yeah.
Because implementation, because let's get this correct. Knowledge is not power. Right? Knowledge is not power. Because if knowledge is the most powerful thing in the world, librarians all over the world will be the most powerful people. Right?
That's true. That's true. I always
Right?
thought that knowledge is power.
But it's having knowledge plus implementation.
Yes.
If you have the knowledge and when you implement it correctly and well, that's when results or change is going to happen. That's what I think. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a first class coach, right, and you have a lousy coachee, right, I think plus at the end of the day you won't see good result. You only see the coachee blaming the coach.
Yeah, I mean,
For not getting result.
and I have for example, if I have a good coach and I have a lousy coachee, right, number one is if I could, I wouldn't want to coach that person also. Not because we can't help him or her, but because if him or the person don't even want to help themselves, right, it's very difficult for us to do it. And to be honest, when you know that you need to change and you are willing to invest money in it, then why aren't you putting in the effort as well? For us, right, I think as a coach, it doesn't hurt us. 我们 have with or without you, it doesn't make a difference to us. But what's going to make a difference is your life, is the coach's life. So
Yes.
we always tell people that, sometimes we don't even want it if we have a bad coachee, right? Number one, most of the time as coaches in my field right now, we will even reject them outright. Like, hey, I don't think you're suitable for this coaching. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are listening to this, you just tune into this, right, and then you are looking for a coach to improve yourself in terms of personal development or in terms of your business, right? Maybe you can share with us, right? What are the things that you look out for when you are looking for a coach? Maybe type in the comments below, or you have any questions for Gavin in terms of coaching or in terms of marketing. Feel free to ask in the comment box below. Yep. So Chao, we hope that we have answered your question. Right. So let us know if you have other questions as well. So right now we also want to talk about a little bit about marketing. So based on your experience, right, Gavin, what is I know there are probably quite a few things that you can talk about marketing. We probably talk about everything. We will continue until midnight. But what are probably the 2 or 3 things that most people have a misconception about marketing?
Wow, that's a great question. Yenta, I think that's a great question. And I believe I kind of covered that one of this the other day as well with another speaker, one of my mentors. And we kind of talked about this. A lot of time, I think people feel that marketing is going to solve all of their business problem. And I just like to put it out there. I'm a marketer, right? And as a marketer, I'm telling you this right now. Marketing is not the answer to everything in your business.
It's not the magic pill.
It's not the magic pill. Yes, it is not the magic pill to your business. I think that is why a lot of times when I speak to a lot of different clients or prospects, sometimes they look for me and they say that, hey, Gavin, I would like you to do marketing for me. And what I will do usually is that I always speak to this prospect first to find out what is their business all about, what is it that they need, what are they currently doing, and things like this. And there are certain cases where I realize that the issue that they have is not marketing, but yet they want more marketing. like case in point, is like, of course, I'm not going to say names or anything like that, but imagine this. I believe some of you who are watching this, any of you are like financial agents or property agents or anything like this. Can you all just type in the comment section and let us know what are you guys doing? Like, what are you guys doing? And by the way, if you have any questions like what Yuan Tai is saying, please type in the comment section. I'll be happy to share anything tonight, right? I have nothing planned, so if Yuan Tai needs this to go on longer, I'm okay for it anyway. So yeah.
Okay, we'll go until 12 midnight.
Wow.
Just kidding.
So the thing is this: at the point of time, I have this financial agent who came to me and he says that, hey, you know what? I want to do more marketing. I want to have more leads. Right? I was like, okay, sure, you want to have more leads. That's very easy, right? Generating leads is like bread and butter for what I do. It's not difficult. But let me ask, what is it that you are doing right now, and what's your current processes? So he said, oh, currently what's happening right now is that I have about 3 to 5 leads every single day, and I call them up, and sometimes I don't get all these answers. Like, people are not responding to me, but on the average, after having the 5 leads every day, I actually have sit down appointments of about 5 per week, and that's pretty good. But the problem is that these 5 people, right, I'm not closing them as well. That's why I want more leads. That actually, I was like, okay, so you have 5 appointments every week, right? You managed to secure 5 appointments every week. Then I was like asking, okay, it sounds great, right? You are having these 5 appointments every week. Are these leads not right? Are they like not the correct leads that you wanted? Or what's going to happen? Why is it not closing? Then it's like, no. Actually, these leads are very quite good one. Like, they have the money. They have the problem that I was posing up for. It's just that I can't convert them, right? Then to me, it was like, okay, then how many appointments can you do a week? I was like, because of my family situation, I think currently it's also about there, about this is good enough, because I have to fetch my wife, my kids on off work. I need to have this flexibility. So the current number of appointments was also good. So when you hear that, right, what are you thinking right now? Is marketing this person problem or not?
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, the thing is that it doesn't sound like, right? He has the right number of appointments, right? That's the number of appointments that he can do anyway after calling out all these people. He has no other time to have more appointments.
Yeah.
And the lead seems to be qualified as well. As per what he was telling me, it seems that the people are qualified. They are able to pay for his or her services, but he just can't close them. So is it right now, is it an offer problem? Or is it his sales technique problem? Like, he just can't close. So I was telling him that, hey, you know what? So and so, I don't think you have a marketing problem. I can generate more leads for you. But even let's say, right, I can generate more leads for you. Can you even make more calls or have more sit-down appointments or not? Because it will be a waste of money if I generate more leads and you can't even have the time to have these appointments with them. Right?
Yeah. Correct.
And let's assume you have the more time, right, to sit down with these people. But it would appear right now is that either your offer was wrong or you can't close. So even if I generate more leads, right, but every single time you sit down with them, they still don't want the thing that you are selling them, or you just can't close them. No matter how many leads I generate for you, it's still not going to make a difference to your bottom line. So, so I think you should approach like this coach or that person to talk about your offer first, or to brush up your sales skills. I think that is the direction that you are right now. Yeah. So that is one example of when I say, marketing is not the answer to everything. Right? Marketing is not the answer to everything. And sometimes I think it's important for us to really sit down, to go in depth into that particular segment, to break down business into the pillars. I have this framework called TFOS to break it down, to really understand which area are you facing problems. So TFOS stands for traffic, funnel, offer, and sales.
Okay.
So that is the 4 pillars, and we'll break it down to determine which is the issue, and then from there we work on what needs to be corrected. Because marketing is not the answer to everything.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think that was your question was, what is the biggest misconception? Right? So I like to say upfront, I think this is one of the biggest misconception that a lot of people actually have.
TFOS, I like that framework. So if you are watching this, maybe you can take down some notes. TFOS, that is, that's a very useful breakdown. of the framework. So
Don't
now that
worry.
you have shared,
You're coming for my boot camp, right? So you're gonna go.
yeah,
We're gonna go in depth into that.
looking forward to it. All right. So now that you have talked about the misconception that people have about that, they think that marketing is going to solve all their problems. Right? So now we know marketing is not going to solve all your problems because it could be any of the areas TFOS that they have. These could be the offer, could be the sales technique, closing. So let's talk about what can marketing help you to solve in your experience. So what does marketing help you to do? And
Yeah,
marketing
I
is
think that's a better question. What does marketing help you to do? I think for me, from what I learned from my coaches is this. I firmly believe one of the core reason why we do marketing is to build up your visibility. It's to pump up visibility. That is
Yep.
the fundamental reason why we do marketing, right? Is to pump up visibility. If you are able to reach out to more people, then that is how your business will grow. Okay. We have this saying, right? If nobody knows about you, then you don't exist. Right? You can have the best product in the world. Right? You can have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about you, then you don't exist. Right? I don't know who is watching right now. For those of you who are watching right now, right? My mentor like to use this example, right? One of my mentors is this very famous coach named John Lee. Probably many of you might have seen his ads before, right? So he likes to say this, right? How many of us, he always like to ask us this question, how many of you think that you all can make a better hamburger or cheeseburger than McDonald's? Right, raise up your hand. How many of you think they can, or you can type me.
I think I can.
You can type. My question is, you're also wearing yellow, right? You can type. But my question is, why are you not bigger than McDonald's? If you can do a better burger. Because when you ask
Because
people,
if I make, nobody will buy.
sorry?
If I make a burger, nobody will buy.
It's not nobody will buy. If your burger is better, why nobody will not buy? It's people don't know that Yuan Tai makes a better burger than McDonald's. But if we know that Yuan Tai makes a better burger than McDonald's and he's actually selling it and I know about it, why am I not going to buy that burger?
True.
Right? So if you go to Google right now and you type in marketing definition, right, they will just tell you that it refers to activities that promote the buying or selling of a product and service. Right? And what's the meaning of promote? Right? Is to show people what you have, is to have visibility. So for me, I think marketing fundamentally just means letting more people know about you. The more people know about you, right, the chances of you being able to grow your business increase exponentially. So that's one of the key goals of marketing. Then of course from there, if you want to break it down into more final segments, the finesse of it, right? Then we talk about, okay, how can I use marketing to do lead generation? And of course today there's so many ways of marketing. There's like social media marketing, right? There's video marketing, there's email marketing, there's web market. There's so many. There's SEO, right? Social search engine optimization, and all kinds of things. There's so many kind of marketing right now, and you have to decide which one is the more viable route for you, right? And one of the other fundamentals that I like to share with people is this. I think Yuan Tai will be learning all this anyway, so it's just something that you guys can take note of lah. So where is your audience? That is the other question that I feel that a lot of people don't really ask themselves. Where is my prospect? Where are the people that I want to market to? Where are they hanging out? Because a lot of time right now, like right now, I'm not sure where are we live on. I think we are probably live on Facebook as well as YouTube, right? I don't know if you're on LinkedIn or anywhere. But the thing is that a lot of people now, the buzzword is social media marketing. And when you say social media marketing, a lot of people just think, Facebook lah, or Instagram. Right, but different demographics hang out on different platforms. Different professions hang out on different platforms. Right, and not everyone needs to market on, say, Facebook. For example, if you have a very unique service and you know all these people, maybe they hang out on a forum. A forum means a web forum or anything like that. The web forum is something like say how to be happy. There's a how to be happy forum, and it's very niche. For example, let's assume that. Then these people are all on that forum. They are all not on Facebook or anything. But then because everyone tell you, hey, now you must do marketing on Facebook, right? And then you spend a lot of money on Facebook. My question is this: when you do marketing on Facebook, in that case, to reach out to those group of people, is your marketing going to be effective or not? Right? Just type down your answer, guys. Type down your answer, yes or no, right? But because I know there's lag, right? So I'm not going to wait for the thing. I will assume that most of you will type no, right? Because those people are in that particular forum. So where is the best place to do the marketing, to get the visibility to the right group of people that you want to reach out to? It's going to be at that forum, right? So this is something that that people need to understand as well. Now, I'm not saying that Facebook is not a good platform or anything. Please don't get me wrong. We are on Facebook right now. I spend a lot of money on Facebook marketing as well. It is a great platform. There's a lot of data that we can use, but not everyone, right, is on this platform, and not every business or niche is suited to be on this platform. I think it's a good way for us to do generic marketing, but sometimes if you want to reach out to a very specific group of people, this may not be the best platform. So the bottom line is just that before you do marketing on any platform at all, be it YouTube, Google, IG, anything like this, it's important for us to understand where are the people I want to reach out to, where are they hanging out. Then I can use the platform that they're hanging out to do marketing. Then I think that is going to be much more effective than just spending money on other platforms. Yeah.
That's true. So there are some people that they think that, okay, now Facebook is a trend, or Instagram is a trend, or YouTube ads is a trend, and then they try to chase the trend. What's your take on that? Trying to chase the trend, which one is more trendy, which platform, and TikTok now also like picking up trend, and then they try to chase. Is that the right way to go for business owners, or for people they try to use these platforms to generate leads, whether organic or through ads? Is chasing the hottest platform the way to go?
That's a great question. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to that. I feel that what we need to understand is, again, back to the question, where are our audience hanging out?
Yes.
Because I can change the trend. For example, right now we all know that TikTok is big, right? TikTok is huge, right? There's a lot of organic reach. And by the way, as marketers, we love to go on the new platforms. Why? Because the newer the platform, the cheaper advertising is going to be. And then because they want to encourage more people there, right, you get a lot of free organic exposure. So as marketers, we love to be on new platforms. But I think you need to ask yourself this question: as a business owner, where are your people hanging out? For example, if you are targeting, I'm not saying that people older don't go TikTok. Don't get me wrong. For those of us who are on TikTok, right? But who are on TikTok is a much younger crowd.
Yeah.
Right. But let's say you are selling wheelchairs, for example. I mean, I would think, no offense or anything like this, but I would think that you are probably targeting people of a certain seniority, right, where they will probably need wheelchairs. Either they buy themselves, or you're targeting their children who is of a certain age, who is going to buy this kind of equipment for them, right? Who is on TikTok is all the teenagers. So is your right target audience on that platform or not? If it's not, then will it be effective as a platform for you to do? Now, chasing the trend is nothing wrong if your people, let's say all the adults are migrating over to TikTok as well, right? Then you are chasing that trend because your audience is migrating. So of course, you as a marketer, you have to migrate as well, right? Yep. For example, case in point is this. For those of us who are a little bit older, we might remember this thing called MySpace or Friendster.
Yeah, I remember.
So we are of the same age group. So for those of you who are watching this right now, if you are watching that, then yes, then we all know how old we are. So imagine today, if you spend money, right, I'm not even sure you can do it. If you go and spend money and market on MySpace or Friendster, do you think you're gonna
close to any? MySpace, I don't know, still around.
Correct, right? But they are not around or not. It's because they have no more audience there. What? Then some people say Facebook is a trend, right? But right now it's a main platform. So I think it's a matter of understanding where people are heading towards, where your audiences are heading towards. Then if your audiences are moving towards that trend, then I would say following and riding that wave is nothing wrong. right? If you have that capability as well, right? Sometimes we do marketing, especially when you are in the business of branding,
Yeah.
right? If you are moving on to build yourself out on a different platform, right? You also ask yourself the question: does this platform have the audience that I'm reaching out to?
Yes.
If there is the audience that I'm reaching out to and people are migrating over, then why shouldn't you hop on that bandwagon and ride that trend?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think your question earlier, I won't say that there's a right or wrong answer to it. I think it's a matter of understanding primarily the principle. Where are my audiences? Are they going to stay here or are they moving as well? Then I might want to move. If they're moving, then I might want to move. If they're not, then why should I have to move? If moving over and riding on that trend, can I develop a new audience? What's the strategic intent? If I have that, then yes, maybe I also can ride along this wave and move.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So what you're saying is that it's a lot about you understanding where your audience is, and then also what attracts them. It's not just about chasing the hottest trend, and then not just about just being the most trendy thing. Because what is trendy today may not be trendy even 1 year or 2 years down the road. I think that's something that is very important to realize as well.
Yep. Correct.
And then you also mentioned something about creating the right offer. So what, in your opinion, right? What is a good offer and what is a lousy offer, based on your experience?
Good offer or lousy offer? Well, that's another. Wow, you're asking a lot of tough questions today. Wow, you guys, whoever is going to be watching this, if they're watching through the whole thing, I think they're already gonna love this lah. Good or bad offer? For me, I will determine it from a business viewpoint, right? From a business viewpoint, a good offer will be something that people will just throw their money at me, right? If people just throw their money at me, then I know that I got a winning offer, right? If I don't need to do anything, people want to throw their money. I want, right? Then it's a winning offer, right? If a bad offer is no matter what I do, people just don't want to pay me the money. That is a bad offer. From a business viewpoint. From an ethical viewpoint, I would say that then does my offer help these people or not? That's an ethical viewpoint, right? Does my offer help these people, right? If I'm selling all these people, but it's something that they don't want and they don't need, but for some reason I'm able to get them to pay, then I think that might not be a good offer. Yeah, so that's different from a business viewpoint as well as an ethical viewpoint. But I think these two things are not mutually exclusive. Usually there's always an intersection point. Because number one is I think we understand this. People in the first place won't give you the money if they feel that that offer has no value to them.
Yes.
So at the bare minimum, your offer will probably be something that help them either solve a problem or provide give them that few things which we normally talk about, which is either you help them solve a problem or you help them save time, save money.
Yes.
You either help them save time or save money. Right, and then or you solve a problem. This, as long as you do any of this, someone will be willing to give you some form of money. It's just a matter of how much then.
Yep, exactly.
So it's not mutually exclusive. So that's how I determine from a very purely objective viewpoint, a good offer is an offer where I can make money. Right? But as a business with integrity, with an ethical moral compass, I also want to make sure that my offer, right, as far as possible, is something that really, really provides value and help the other person. Then that to me is, as long as it's fulfill these two criteria, I think it's a good offer.
Yep, exactly. Totally agree. So if you have one final questions for Gavin, because we are coming to the end of the show, and if you have enjoyed today's topic and you have learned something, just drop in the comment below and just what have you learned, and be very thankful to Gavin for having taking the time off and sharing some of your insights. So, just one final question for you. So, Gavin,
Yeah.
in so many years of in your experience as a marketer, what is the one thing that keeps you going in this field? What keeps you going? That you wake up every day and you say, "Wow, it's another day that I look forward to." So, what keeps you going?
wow. Wow, Yuan Tai, your questions are very 刺心, very
Because marketing from the heart, that's the topic for today.
I think there are many reasons why I keep doing what I'm doing. There's many reasons why I keep doing what I'm doing. Number one is it pays the bills. I'm very pragmatic. It pays the bills. I'm not making that much yet. Hopefully more, right? I want to be able to make more. I mean, I'm very open and transparent about it. Like, it is a business. I want to be able to make more money. And once I'm able to make more money, I could retire comfortably. I could then devote my time to do more things that I'm passionate about. And I'm very lucky. Coming into this business, I'm doing something that I'm passionate about right now, which is training, which is coaching. That is something that I'm very, very passionate about. And the topic that I happen to have chosen is marketing, which is also something that I'm also passionate about. So I'm very, very blessed. I acknowledge it, right? That I'm very blessed to be able to have that freedom to do something that I'm truly passionate about, and yet at the same time can provide me a certain level of income. So I'm very, very lucky to do that, right? So that's my passion, right? I love speaking and training and doing marketing, and every single day when I wake up, this is something that I could do, right? And I have the flexibility to do to spend time with my wife. I can wake up anytime I want most of the time, except when I have meetings or whatever. But I have the choice. So that is something that keeps me going, right? From a business viewpoint, I think I see huge satisfaction as a coach, right? When my coachee achieve results, right? I have a few coaches, like for example, recently I have one coachee who, after working with me privately, within 1 month or 2 months, he got a lot of private gigs. He got engaged by MNC, coaching to them, right? I was like, oh my God, I don't even have the opportunity yet, and you already got it. right? I'm not even doing coaching for MNC, but you're doing coaching for MNC. That's awesome. I love it. Right? And that gives me a lot of satisfaction to see my coachee doing even better. Right? Be able to achieve good results. And for businesses that I'm working with, when they say that they are closing deals or they are having a lot of good leads, right? They are making a lot more money as compared to before. That gives me a lot of satisfaction as well. And that motivates me to wake up every single day to do better for them, right? And I put food on, because when they do well, they put food not only on their tables, they put food on other people's tables, their employees. Right? Their other families. Right? And for the clients who they are helping with, like my clients and their clients, right? It's a very positive chain when you see good things happening around. And that gives me the motivation to come out here to be doing this every single day, to help more and more people every single day through the limited power that I have, which is why even for myself, I'm always making sure that I'm always learning something new so that I can pass on this knowledge to people that I'm coaching from. So in my coaching community, I always tell them, right, hey, you all join me at a certain level, but I pay another sum of money to other of my coaches, right? So what I learned there, I will come back and I will share with you guys as well. Because why? I know that some of them, right? Just now a child asked a question. I cannot afford those very expensive ones. Then how? Right? You afford those who you know can afford. You can afford right now. Do your best with them, right? And then, if your coaches are good, they are always improving themselves. They will add even more value to you.
Exactly.
They will add even more value to you, and then from there you move on, and that really give me that motivation every single day, right? When I know that the people that I'm working with or helping are getting better and better results, they are improving themselves every single day, as long as, even if it's just a minuscule 1%, right? That is fabulous, right? And I always tell my coaches this, right? Even for those of you who are watching this right now, don't aim for perfection, right? A lot of times we tend to go out there and we like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm not at 100%. I don't want to do it. Or do this, I really want to hit 100%. Right? I'm not there. I want to do. But the point is that how often are we really, really at 100%? Right? It's far and few in between. Right?
Yep.
But if you don't do it, you will never have progress. So I value progress over perfection. I always tell people, once you have progress already, we move towards perfection.
Yeah.
Right, back to the analogy when we first started this the whole thing. We talk about the 100-meter race. Right, right now I'm at the 40-meter already. Right, by doing this live, doing this live, maybe I move on another meter. Now I'm at 41-meter, and then I make sure that I help my coaches, whoever. Hey, come! I'm at 41-meter. Come join me at 41-meter. Right. After that, we walk, crawl, run, whatever. But we'll move towards the finishing line at 100-meter mark. And I'll bring you guys along with me. And I think that's what gives me the energy and drive to do what I do every single day.
Wow, amazing, fantastic. Yeah, so you agree with what Gavin said? You just type in the chat box, agree, or you type in progress. Yeah, progress is about taking one step at a time and just don't give up. Even if it's just 1%, it's very important. Even if it's just 1% a day, right? I think at the end of the year we already have like double or triple our growth. Yeah, so it's 1% a day, double, triple of growth easily. Yeah, so don't give up and don't be stuck just because you are not where you want to be. Yeah, but if you don't give up, just take one step. Eventually, you get to where you want to be. Yeah. Thank you, Gavin.
You said something very interesting. I just like to add on to that. Sorry, I know you don't want to add really, but someone once told me this. One of my mentors told me this before. Whenever you think that you are stuck, right? Whenever you think that you are stuck, you are never really stuck. There's always a way out. It's a matter of, number one, do you see that way out? Or number two, are you willing to take the action for that way out? You're never really ever stuck. And over my whole entrepreneurship journey right now, over the last 3 years, now I'll be very open to admit there are times where I have no money at all. Like literally, I'm down to like my last cent. I have no money. I even go into negative, go into the red. I have to take loans to cover my expenses and everything. And at that point of time, I think a lot of people will say that, oh my God, this is a bad business decision. You're gone. You have nothing left already, right? You're stuck. Right? That is what people say. But amazingly, right, every single time when this kind of situation happens, I'm never really stuck. Because all I have to do is to be a little bit more creative, right? And then I'll be able to generate money.
Yep.
Right? And when we generate money, sometimes it's quite crazy one. I remember there was a period where I literally had nothing left, right? But a matter of progress, because I've always been doing, and I have certain reputation and things and whatever, right? When I thought that I really had nothing left before, right? I just did something, which I will not go into details here. And one single weekend, right, I generated like over $40,000 to $50,000.
Wow.
One single weekend. Right. And that is something that probably for some people it might even be like their 1 year worth of like income or something, right?
Yeah.
But over one weekend. Right. So when you're stuck, you're never really stuck. Seriously. So I just want to add that on because Yuan-Tai happened to mention it. Right. For those of you who are watching this, right, whenever you feel that you're stuck, you are never really stuck. There's always a way out. And I just want to also say that never be afraid to ask for help. There is no shame in asking for help.
Yeah, I think that's very important. That's very important. That asking for help, especially for men, because I just saw in the news, I think a couple of days back. So they were doing this study, right, and then they found that men, right, find it very hard to ask for help. That's why we have a lot of problem with depression. Biologically, right, women would tend to, because they have their hormone swing, right, so they are higher risk of getting depression. But practically, right, men, because we hide all our feeling to ourselves, right, we don't ask for help. Then we have problem with depression. I think that's a very important point that you brought out there.
Yeah, I think people always say it's like ego, right? Like you feel that if I ask for help, it shows a sign of weakness. It shows that I have no idea what to do. But everyone have periods where we don't know what to do. That is why you have coaches. That's why you have people that you can seek help with when you need to, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong in telling people that, like a lot of times, okay, for example, like Yuan Tai now, if they ask me, can I do coding? I'm a marketer, right? Most people will think that a marketer will know how to do coding, but I'll be the first to admit I don't know coding, right? There is no shame in admitting what you do not know. Right? And then if I would love to learn coding, there's nothing wrong to find a friend whom, by the way, I'm going to interview tomorrow to ask him how to do coding.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, right. There's no shame at all to ask for help. I think like what Yuan Tai said is very important. Like this health thing and business thing is also very important. It should not be. I know sometimes we're very chiong, right? We try to do our best in business. We just go all out, and I fall victim to that all the time, right? I admit it, right? There's no wrong in admitting our feelings sometimes, but over time, I think we realize that, having the right mindset and having the right work ethics is very important. It works hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
If you have the best business, you manage to make 7-figure a year, or whatever number that you so wish, right? But yet, right, at the very bottom, you fall into depression, and then you do something crazy, you end your life or something. Then what's the point of it all?
Yeah.
Right. I'm not saying that money is not important. Don't get me wrong. Money is very important. I think money can help us solve a lot of things. And when people tell you that money can't buy happiness anyway, I also disagree with that. I think money can buy happiness. If your money can't buy you happiness, give your money to me. I will buy my happiness. Okay? But having said that, right, it should not be a blind pursuit towards just one direction. Right?
Yes.
You need to take a break sometimes. You need to have a balance, right? If you can cover the minimum already, there are other important things in life that you could pay attention to as well.
Yep. Like helping other people.
Yeah, correct. Something that gives you a higher sense of fulfillment, that find you purpose, right, in your life. And when you have a purpose in your life, that is one of the best driving factors ever. To push you on to do it. Like I shared earlier myself, my purpose and what drives me every single day. If when I wake up, I receive messages from my coachee when they tell me that, hey, I managed to close a new deal today, or I got this new gig, or hey, someone signed up. Right, recently I was doing something for one of my client, and then we haven't even do the webinar yet. Right, she closed the deal already.
Wow.
We run the ad. We haven't even run the webinar. She told me that, hey, the person contacted me and I already closed the deal. So even before the event happened, already got ROI. Right? And things like this motivates me a lot. It's like, wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. Love it. Yeah. And that drives me. So what drives you? For those of you who are watching this right now, what drives you?
Something to think about. If you want, you can share it in the chat box. If not, how can my friends, if they want to connect with you, how can they connect with you, Gavin?
Oh, very simple. You see the handle right over here? I need to point correctly. Wow, this is difficult. Must position correctly on this one. Yeah. You see this handle over here? Just search for me. I'm available on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Just search for Gavin Sim. I'm pretty sure if you search for Gavin Sim, you'll be able to find me. Drop me a friend request or a message or anything like that. I will reply whenever I can, and I'll be happy to have you to be connected with me on my network. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that's all the time we have for today, and stay tuned. Same time next week, I'll have another guest. Keep it in secret for now. Thank you, Gavin, and then thank you, all my dear friends who are tune in and lend us 1 hour of your time. Hope you have learned something new today, and don't forget to do some reflection and do some self go through whatever reflections, and see you again next week, next Tuesday, with the Happy Coach Conversations with Yuan Tai. See you. Good night and have a great week ahead. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.